Hello, everyone, tonight. And I know it's pretty late, but we got special circumstances. Uh, the highly anticipated Mike Tyson Roy Jones fight just happened. So it just ended, and spoiler alert. I mean, just cut away from here if you don't want to hear who the winner is. I know y'all gonna Google it anyway. Uh, let's just say that it was a draw. Now, what as far as I think about the fight, shit, I don't know, clinchomania running wild. And I mean, like, both, of them, like, why, honestly, I had to think about it. Why would anybody expect them fools to come out swinging and it just be just a knockdown, drag out slugfest? So, anyway, yeah. Let me just clarify a couple things real quick before we get on the subject matter at hand, which you see displayed on the screen here. So, hold on one second. Yes, tonight's topic is don't let these women fool you. They will fuck with a broke dude, and whatever like any of these women out here are saying, I mean, whatever they're saying about what their standard is like their rhetoric and their actions say different. And I will explain it to y'all very shortly. But let me get some off my chest real quick. And this goes to any YouTuber that utilizes a super chat. And whenever someone super chats me, here's the one thing that I make sure that I do above all else. I make sure they get their name right. I get their name right. Oh, sorry. Dave Towle, you ain't lying. Welcome to the broadcast. Yeah, we about to get this. We about to get this shiznit underway. Period. So, but what I was saying about the super chat is this, and I'll tell you what triggered this. It's like, okay, I haven't been able to super chat for a while. Like super chat as in leave a text message, with a monetary donation. So I go on this channel tonight. I support the content. This brother's got a lot of good stuff to say, and he's very supportive of the brothers. But I super chat, and amounts ain't important. It wasn't anything like a 199 or anything like that. But amounts like that add up, and I do appreciate those coming my way. But at the same time, it's like this, and it wasn't no real big one like that. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, I ain't balling. I got responsibilities. Like a lot, like most of us in the human world. But it's like I'm finally able to, for the first time in weeks, able to put a message on a super chat. And then this man turns around and says, black men being honest. I was like, oh, okay. All right, cool. And it's like, yeah, the important thing is, yeah, I was able to convey a message, a positivity for what he represents on his channel, but at least have the courtesy to get my name right. And this is not me begging. This is not me trying to, set some kind of, oh, you better do this or else. So, I'm not trying to do that shit. But at the same time, it's about respect. It is about respect. I mean, I know how to say all of the syllables of anybody's YouTube channel. Period. Black Men Being Brutally Honest is the name of my YouTube channel. So it's like this. I respect and care enough about those people to save the names of their YouTube channels. Have that kind of respect for them, because see, it's in front of you in plain text. And trust me, with that name, since April 2017, I have had to go through a lot of stress for that name. So I do feel a little slighted when someone says it wrong. Period. It's just it's like it's nothing that needs to be done, because guess what? If you're on this platform and you're on social media, you're dealing with some things called words. Okay, so I know maybe 95% of everybody on social media can read, but I'm just saying, if I respect you enough, respect me enough. Don't act like you too good to say the name. Period. It's not something that I take lightly. I do get slightly triggered by it because, hey, you know what? The ideal of a black man being brutally honest is very, very alien to a lot of people out there. And yes, it has to be brutal because we're to that point. It doesn't mean that I'm just going around telling everybody they bitches and hoes and niggas and telling everybody they should die and shit. That's not what this is about. Let's just cut to the chase shout out to Cut to the Chase TV. There is a channel in the manosphere that is named that. But I'm just saying, it just we spend enough time bullshitting about it. Let's just go straight to it. Let's just go straight to it. Let's just be honest about what's going on. Let's be brutally honest about it. It ain't got to be about disrespect. But if I super chat you, at least if you're gonna say my name, and this guy, I mean tonight, this guy wasn't the first one to do it. There's been two. He's the second one. I mean, it's like I've super chatted people before, and they've said every syllable of my YouTube channel. I mean, does it hurt people to say that? Do y'all think I'm Candyman? If you say my name like correctly, I'm just gonna conjure up and just start some shit. Come on, it's and these are and honestly, these are reasonably intelligent gentlemen. Is it an ego thing? Do you think you're too good to say the name? It's seriously. It's like what? How hard is it to say black men being brutally honest? I understand that's a lot of syllables. I do. I understand it might be too many syllables for some of us out here, but for the people who did that, no, I won't. I won't diminish them like that. They're intelligent men. I'm sorry. Just a little respect, guys. That's all. I mean, I'm just a small fish in the big fun, but I'm a fucking piranha. Seriously. Anyway, I mean, I'm not gonna always use that animal, but I was just trying to analogy. You know what I'm talking about? Shit. I have the greatest chat in the world, the greatest audience in the world. Very intelligent people. Someone says something stupid, they get checked, but hey, their opinion counts because hey, everybody got one, just like that body part that. So, but anyway, all right. Here's what I weigh my evidence on as far as the subject matter. Don't let these women fool you. They will fuck with broke dudes. It does not matter your level of income. It might your smell and your appearance somewhat, smell especially, you don't want to go around nobody stinking. But it's like if you are a guy of a lower income, as long as you got the gift of gab, you're cool. Now, I mean, it's like, but they talk about standards, they talk about elevating, they talking about they talk all this shit about upgrade, moving up, how they need to be taken care of, and all this other stuff. But all these circular conversations in this space says otherwise. If you are a person that is always complaining about these niggas talking about child support, talk about you ain't gonna submit because he's not paying everything, then that sounds a little personal. If the conversation's had like one or two times, but if you're having it like, I don't know, 5 times, 6 times a week, then that sounds very personal. It does. It sounds like that you're going through that shit yourself. You are such an expert on it, on niggas complaining about child support and not submitting because he's not paying everything and take you out on every fucking shopping spree you want to. Yeah, you're giving yourself away. I mean, if you were getting child support on a regular basis, hey, you know what? Your baby daddy got money. But guess what? If you're having problems with collecting child support, guess what you just did? You fuck with a broke dude. That's what you did. I mean, I'm talking to the ladies. I'm talking to the ladies. And I'm being very specific. I'm doing this unapologetically. I'm not going to explain myself anymore. I'm not going to say not all because that is a stupid thing to say. That's stupid clarification for people who want to be against you anyway. But that's cool because there's a hint. Like there's going to be truth to like a lot of the things that I say. Period. Is okay. If you're having a conversation about how you won't submit, how you won't change your attitude, it's because of the level of man that you are dealing with. I mean, let's not sugarcoat this shit anymore. I mean, if your standards were that fucking high, and I tell you, if your standards were that high, and if you were that hat, yeah, that's right, Twister Grenade Sucker. Yeah, that is a cool ass name too. I gotta say, he said they baby daddies are broke. Yes, yeah, like I said, if they weren't complaining about child support. So I mean, okay, so expiring dude, so expiring guy trying to get yourself some get yourself some of that box. I mean, I don't like having money is a plus, definitely. And I mean, if you have a lot of money or you have a lot of fame and success, you need to be taking advice from LeVar Ball. Yeah, I mean, as much as they say they don't fuck with broke dudes, if you think you were a rich guy, you think they'll be very genuine. That'll be a very genuine relationship. Probably not. I mean, who am I being so negative and so pessimistic? Maybe so. Maybe if you do become a millionaire, you'll meet a genuine ass woman that is going to be submissive, walk around barefoot, cooking, making you sandwiches, dropping to her knees whenever you want. Just got a football team or a ballet team with babies, and it's just that. I mean, yeah, that's the ideal perfect world. You get rich and you find the perfect woman. But is Western culture built like that? Donnie. Yes, we just came from Donnie's channel. He streamed a exhibition match between Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, and I must say,
What's up?
yeah, what's going on, Donnie?
Living my best life. Go ahead. What you saying?
You're living your best life. I was just telling them over here on your channel, you ain't shit for watching. Which I community tabbed a couple of his broadcasts, so go check out my community tab and whoever you see in there, just hit the subscribe button. Let's support these channels. Let's help grow this manosphere. So the greater vision that I would say.
Yeah, much obliged, much appreciated.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I was just saying a little bit about the fight, and then I was saying a lot about the subject matter, and about the fight. I thought basically, you weren't going to see a knockdown, drag out slugfest between, uh, men who are that age. Even though they used to be professionals, it ain't like it was young Mike Tyson and young Roy Jones. Now let's keep it real. Now, if it was young Mike Tyson, the one that laid out Michael Spinks, versus young Roy Jones, it'll be a massacre. But their age, their best days are both, and I guess we could all see it in that fight. Their best days are behind them. What do you think, Donnie?
Yeah, it was more than a step they lost at that point. it,
Yeah.
it was more than a step. I'm surprised. I didn't think Mike would have as much of a step he did have. But Roy, he just was out. He was out of it, and it was crazy to me because Mike Tyson was known for not having a lung capacity. He had to get them fights out quick,
Oh yeah.
and that's just not what happened today. He was rolling with the punches, literally.
And yeah, Roy was doing a lot of sticking and moving, but for the first round, it was just clinch. You think that he felt a little bit of Mike's power and did try to avoid it? That's why.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. Yeah, I'd have clinched that whole fight too. Fuck all that. Like, I'm not finna get in the pocket with no damn Mike Tyson. You got your rabbit ass mom.
Yeah, he seemed like he had a little speed too. Like
Yeah, nah. What people don't realize is when boxers get older, they punch a lot harder. It's just what it is. He's not bouncing. He's not moving. His bones have calcified. He got to give you what he got to give you. That motion is coming smooth, strong, and hard. Pow.
yeah. I mean, all I say is Ip Man 3, but that's movie magic. But Mike Tyson, I mean, still though, even after watching that fight, I wouldn't walk up to Mike Tyson trying to piss this man off. I'd be trying to like, look, yeah, what's up, guy? I mean, you know,
Uh-huh.
let him give you space, Mike Tyson. You know,
Wow, with that.
yeah. But overall, I mean, I didn't watch the entire event. I heard Jake Paul knocked out. What's his name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had no business being in that ring. And from my understanding, that was a pro fight,
Oh, well, it was a pro knockout.
which is insane to me because I want to know who signed off on Nate Robinson getting a pro boxing card.
I don't know. Same guy that signed off on Brian Sutherland. Nah, I don't know if I can show that footage here. It was like Brian. I mean, just look up Brian Sutherland one day. Like
Oh,
you'll see the worst boxing match you've ever seen. Well, the worst boxer you've ever seen. The other guy destroyed him. But Ken seeing red. I saw your comment early, man. You were early. We were watching the fight. You know, so thanks for being here, Cortez Smith. What's going on? Yeah, we're finna get into all these reasons. All these reasons I have stated in the subject matter. Don't I did this show 2 times before. I think over a year ago. The other 2 shows were done pretty close together, so I decided to bring up. I decided to bring it up again because it was an interesting subject matter, and I do have the links for the other ones in the description. So you guys watching right now, you can go back and check those broadcasts out, and see if any opinions change or any of them stay the same. You can you can compare or just check them out. But this is the part 3 of that, and I am simulcasting this with my backup channel. So, um, yeah. So the reasons why I've stated that first is because of the circular conversations that I see on social media. I mean, they love try to call out the shortcomings of men as far as our finances and how we're doing collectively as a group. Uh, but at the same these are same women that complain about dudes not paying child support, complaining about child support, not submitting because they're not paying everything. Their bills ain't getting paid. I ain't finna. I'm not finna submit to no man. I gotta pay 50-50 for. I think it's ridiculous to say 50-50. All these financial reasons, all of these monetary reasons, not to respect a brother. So, so basically, what they're really giving away is that they fucking with broke dudes. I mean, if you weren't fucking with a broke dude, he wouldn't have a problem paying you child support. Or maybe you would actually be with him instead of having to go through the debacle of child support. I mean, but that can be you can look at that from a couple other angles, but it's just that if you're going to push these narratives like these like I just stated, then it's obvious that the dudes that these women are messing with don't have very much money or don't have very much value.
you know what? I just see them as having unrealistic expectations of life. Reality has got
Hmm.
them fucked up in terms of monetary amounts. 90% of the time, you can't do no fucking 50-50 and be successful in life. People want to date a dude who makes $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and then have him pay all the bills while living an $80,000 lifestyle. That's just not how life goes.
It's not. I mean, yeah, according to the quote unquote 2020 black woman, she don't need nobody. She can take care of herself. You
That's
know.
perfectly fine. Go ahead and go on about your business because that's what she was going to do anyway. That's just really, at a certain point, it just becomes an excuse for her to be alone.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And it's like I mean, God, I forgot, but I'll say this. I'll say this. I'll say this. You can't make excuses like that when yeah, I'm sorry, man. Totally forgot what I was gonna say. I gotta cut that shit out. But One second. Yeah, some got my attention on the phone, but
It happens.
yeah, it does happen. It does. It just threw me off. But anyway, what about the baby mamas and the child support? If these they what is their usual rhetoric?
So my thing with the baby mamas and the child support is they intend to get that money. Um, and then when they get to child support court, they're expecting the judge to be like, "Yeah, you get $15,000 a month. You get what Mariah Carey get from Nick Cannon,"
Hmm.
and they get 250.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then they realize that 250 isn't all it's supposed to be. But the dude was like, "Bitch, you took me to child support. They said all I had to pay was 250, so all you gonna get is 250, and 250 don't cover the bills, do it?"
Hmm.
So they
Well,
played a game and lost. So all of a sudden that person becomes broke because the court mandates all they have to pay is 250.
okay, but wouldn't it just be easier to have a kid by someone that you actually liked or wanted to build a life with?
Nope, because that would require accountability. If you have a kid by a dude, and I've heard these women say this shit, if you have a kid by a dude who ain't shit, and you get to say, "Well, I was gonna go to medical school, but because I had a baby by you, well, I was gonna do this, but because I had a baby by you."
Uh, oh yeah, they all of a sudden they life stops because they have a kid, and it's like if you knew this was going to happen, why do what you did to have a kid in the first place? Like people, I think people get this shit thought before they actually do it. Like I think women do actually purposely get pregnant.
They don't.
I mean, shit. It's like I wasn't born yesterday. Most of the women that I've had sex with, in the past, all I'm saying, like they were saying something about condoms because I knew they didn't want to get pregnant. If I didn't have a condom, it was either head or no. you know, and with the standard that I ran for myself, I wouldn't do anything without a rubber. I was careful enough on my own. So I think the intent is to lock down a supplemental plan of some type. And you're not really fooling anyone. And then when it doesn't work out, then you got all this bitching and moaning on social media.
I mean, it makes the most sense.
Let me see. Cortez Smith, he says, ironically, child support is mostly not about money; it's about hate. Mm.
I see it as a form of control. You get to kind of you get a little bit of control. You get a little bit of leverage in people's life.
Mhm. Yeah, and the reason, and I guess going back to what I was saying earlier, the reason why they just won't get somebody they like, or get somebody with a plan that is financially together, is because that's the guy that they cannot control. That's the guy that I guess they feel like they have, the one that they complain about not being around to submit to.
You have a baby by a nigga. He can't get rid of you. You're forever attached to him. He got At some point he gonna come back around. I'm gonna have multiple chances to get back with him. I'm gonna have multiple chances to keep our love going, and then he ends up hating you. Now what?
Mm. Yeah, just use the long arm of the law to squeeze him by the balls and drain his wallet.
How often do we hear it to where a man has moved on? He's got a new family, a new girl, a new this,
Hmm.
and the baby mom is in the background
Hmm.
cawing like a evil crow ready to claw his all eyes out because he found happiness and she didn't get what she wanted from him.
Rather him be unhappy with her than be happy anywhere else. I mean, that's how miserable.
Shit
But
is tragic.
but it should not say it really should not say anything to us as a collective, because it's like when these guys, the ones who have direction and money and success, when they get to those women, they've already made the decision to have a child by somebody else. And like I said in a way earlier broadcast, No one wants to be on the other side of Buck Nasty. Nobody. Like I mean, Nick, I mean, for real, we were raised to think that was sucker shit. Like at least where I was from, man, that's somebody else's kid. We I even had women in my family. Oh, you don't want the ready-made family.
Grown folks come up to you and be like, "Listen here, player. Hey, playboy, you don't want that."
Mm,
But that dynamic is also shifting. So I always find it funny because I've had women tell me, "Well, you can't let a few kids be a mistake.
a
A
few.
child be a mistake. What if she's really good and you lost a good thing? Well, would you tell your son the same thing? Yeah. If she was a good woman, I don't believe you. Hook your son up with her.
Man, you remember that? You remember it was I think it was either Jerry Springer or Maury. Like, dude found out it wasn't his. He was a couple years younger than her, and then his
Mm,
mother tried to talk him into like keeping the baby. Like, no, you gonna what you gonna do is you gonna step up and you gonna be a man and you gonna be there for that child.
no. What?
Yeah, it was one of them talk shows. It was Maury, Steve, Wilco, somebody. They all looked the same. Like, it could have been Jerry.
So this nigga said you gonna step up and be the daddy for a nigga that's not.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
His mother. That's what's wrong. His damn mom.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my mother's great. She's a great lady. She doesn't believe in bullshit decisions. Because my daddy growing up told me, you get one pregnant, you getting married. You know, you gotta get
Well,
the
you know what
shotgun with it without the shotgun.
I
He was just telling me to be responsible. That's all.
I think a lot of people have the dynamic, the understanding that uh that's fucking foolish, but apparently not because I mean it's a thing, huh? Take care of the baby. Yeah, that's the stupidest shit that I've ever heard in my life. But maybe the grandma got attached to the baby. I don't know. I can't even think of an excuse for that shit. That's some dumb shit.
That's why I say I got the greatest chat in the world because Cortez Smith said it was Steve Wilkos. Yeah, I knew it was one of them. Yeah, that was sad though, and it was a very horrible look, and that's why you got Roger saying black women aren't good people. Because I mean, it's like it's we say all this stuff, and like I know that there are dudes that grind it into the ground, but my best advice to the women who don't like when these dudes say this kind of thing when they see stuff like this is stop giving these guys material. It's like I bet this was like 8, 9 YouTube videos at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 10. But it's a bad look. Stop. I mean, and on top of them fooling with broke dudes, they trying to break dudes into being broke. And that dude, she was asking that young man to ruin his life.
That's what it ultimately became
Her son, her son, her son.
because what would have happened with that, and I've actually seen it because I have a homeboy and I laugh at. Well, I don't laugh at him, but I've told him on multiple occasions he's dumb as a box of rocks for the shit that he did. Uh, but he got this girl pregnant and she was trifling, so she ended up getting his best friend to be her next baby daddy and tried to play. Uh, yeah, yeah,
Damn.
hmm
Why,
and, and
guy?
and try to play like the baby was his. So the baby popped out. He was like, eh. So him being in love with the bitch, and wanting to be, a good father for his dad, he steps in to raise the little boy, right? Because his best friend just basically hit the ninja vanish button on the bitch and was gone. No nothing, no phone call. Bye, I'm up out of here. So he ends up raising the little boy. The little boy is like, I want to say 6 or 7. Uh, she finds a new dude, and now all of a sudden she don't want him around the new little boy. And she was so he crying on Facebook. Oh, she won't let me see my kids. Oh, and so I asked her.
Shrugs.
I said, now this man raised that little boy like it was his. He didn't have to do that shit. I didn't ask him to do that.
Mm, shrugs. That's all I say. Hey, but anyway, hey chat, and people, if we have any newcomers, go ahead and hit that like button on the way in. Again, you got 18 likes. No, let me see. You got 18 people watching. Let me see how many likes. Check out my tube, buddy.
But
Yeah,
yeah, no,
tube buddy is convenient. It gives you up to the second updates. Oh, I got 20 likes. So hopefully one of those likes is yours if you're watching.
so when.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
chicks will have you raise their kid and then pull the kid away from you on some psychological terrorist shit. That's why I say if it's not your kid, walk the fuck away. Walk the fuck away. Just like she don't owe you don't owe that kid anything. She don't owe you nothing.
show don't. And that's cruel reality, but they have done worse to got the men. So I mean, I really honestly don't want to hear the bullshit. I mean, and it's too bad that kids get involved to get wrapped up in those things. But you got to understand that that's the bad decision made by a female as well. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, these little circular conversations. Honestly, we know why, because it's like for a lot of those women that sit up here and say all this bullshit, it's like they give away their backstories. I mean, you can pull it. I mean, if you're anybody like Donnie, you can pull it out of them slowly and then find out everything you need to hear. I mean, everything you
They
need to
do
know.
like to tell on themselves, don't they?
I mean, yeah, they tell on themselves, man. And tell them they say the stupidest shit, and it's always so demoralizing. And black men have been so bad, and they failed us like we didn't raise these motherfuckers. But they like the ones that talk the most garbage got most garbage in their lives. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just a big projection day after day, and it gets to the point where it's becomes quite entertaining sometimes. I was like, God damn, can you really be this? Are you real?
It's pathetic. It's a level of pathetic that's insane at this point.
Yeah, but it's our people. Yes, we gotta. I mean, we got. Oh, hold on. Gotta want to help sometime, but
Do we really? Do we really?
I guess, or we could, or we could show the people we can help how not to be by pointing in the finger in the direction of those. I mean, I mean, it's the littlest. like, say for instance, like the guys who haven't had a kid, who got everything, for who's on their way to being a CJ King. You know, keep him from like like Dave Chappelle told that story at the beginning of Sticks and Stones about his
Right.
boy, who ended up working at the shoe store, but he was in law school and decided to get married while he was in school.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. He was like, save that bitch for later. Yeah.
it's a tragic ass situation, but I think I think they just it's just a facade. As Ant would say, this shit's all cat B.
Yeah. But the 50-50 thing. Do you think these are women who are in 50-50 situations, or even in situations at all, if they're always talking about it? Because a lot of them ain't even in situations from what I can see. Always be a picture of them with their kid, or there's no man around, no family portrait or nothing. It's just
There's a large percentage of them that are absolutely insane talking about some 50-50. Like a large percent of them think that a man should buy them a Birkin in order to be in a relationship with them.
uh,
Um, and there's I'll say there's a good percentage of women who don't have to pay anything. They don't have to pay a dime in their household, but they're also struggling. And all of this is the standard of failure.
yeah,
That's what
and we do understand that there are exceptions out there. We do understand.
No, Kevin Samuels, prime example. That man says it all the time. You got all these kids. You want to do this. You want to do that. Your husband needs to make $150,000, 200,000, 300,000 in this state, and that's just not realistic. You have a family of five. The husband makes $60,000, and he's supposed to pay all the bills while you contribute nothing. You're choosing to live in poverty.
What could they do to help that though? It's like, okay, say this single mother, she mad. All these two baby daddies, they broke, It's like, what could she do possibly to improve her situation?
Make smart choices. Find a
Yeah.
man that is conservative in his spending. Contribute to a household. It the see my thing is you always want to leave your kids with something, right? You have a beautiful little girl. I'm more than positive you don't want to have a little girl, and when you pass away, she don't have shit to say, uh, to anything. All she got left of her daddy is some tic tacs and some and some long conversations. Nobody wants to do that with their kid, right?
No,
You
not
want
at
to you,
all.
you want to be able to put your daughter at least in a financial position that maybe if at the very minimum the least you could do is maybe set her up with the down payment for a house. That is a beautiful thing, right? But it's too many people who fucking die and then leave their kids with a bill.
Yeah, well, for me, is I gotta at some point plan on paying for a wedding if that's what she ultimately wants. So I know I'm gonna have to do something major or a lot of things major. I mean, but my whole thing is to keep myself healthy. So when she gets to a point in her life where she's okay, I'll be here to at least that. It's that's my one goal. But it just I don't want her to have to lower her standard, and be like some of these old yard birds out here that want to, make horrible decisions and act like, you know, just having a baby is going to keep somebody, and or it's a supplemental income plan, because that's what a lot of them do anyway. I knew a guy that knew. I mean, he impregnated a woman that was like that, and he knew he effed up when he did it.
Well,
Cause,
shit, did
cause
you hear my show today?
I heard some of it.
Yeah, Dre was talking about his baby mama. His baby mama used him as a supplemental income plan.
Mhm.
Had kids by multiple niggas, was getting child support. Didn't have none of the kids with her, and was getting a check.
That Dre, he a hard worker too. So I mean, yeah, he was saying that. No, he was saying that, he was making all this money and everything, and then like these women would be wanting to hook up with him, but then when they find out what he had to pay out, then they'd be like, "No, that's okay."
It's a struggle out here.
Hmm. Yeah, it's one thing that I would advise dudes to do, and and I'm not talking to Pookie. Pookie make his own decisions. Pookie tell guys like me I'm an old nigga or I'm a lame. So Pookie, you do what you want to. I'm talking about men who still have hope. Young men who still have hopes and dreams and shit, and no kids. Don't wait. Find a woman that wants the same thing you want, and doesn't have kids already. I mean, if she has one, and you feel like that's what you want to do, then I can't stop you. You're a grown man at the end of the day. But my advice to you is this: if you got stuff going for yourself and the sky's the limit, protect that at all costs, because ain't nobody gonna do that shit but you. Yeah,
So I got to be the asshole. Leave that bitch alone.
yeah.
Leave that bitch alone, bro. There's plenty of 18, 19, 20 year olds born every day, are changing over every day. Ain't no excuse for you not to go get somebody without kids. Just not. Period. Point blank. You can find a chick without kids.
But yeah, let's talk about the elephant in the room. young black men, um, it's being required, I would say, by the slow tepery part of our race and the the staunch feminist uh, BBW, bitter black woman brigade. You're saying you got to be with a black woman. What with what I just said, and with that requirement, what is his chances of finding a woman that he wants? Basically, it granted that he wants a woman with no kids and has other requirements like femininity and just great attitude and just cooperative and the S word, submissive.
To be honest with you, if it's a black man, he has no passport. Depending on his age and location, I would say less than 8%.
Mm, less than 8%. You think it's that scarce?
It's about 86% of women who are single mothers. You subtract the fat, and that's personal preference right there. But you subtract the bad attitude, the woman without femininity. Um, you really are searching for a needle in a haystack. It's a hard decision. So my
Special
thing is,
lady. That's why they be singing them songs about you, my special lady, because she's special. Like,
mhm,
a rare gem.
it's a lot of coal. It's not many diamonds in this motherfucker. So
Sitting on
ultimately,
top of the world.
yeah, ultimately, when you find a good girl, you find a good black woman, you better hold on to that sister. Uh,
Mm,
Especially if you have the dynamic of wanting to have a black family, right? Otherwise, you got to get you a passport to import because the options are scarce, and these women are fucking retarded.
hmm Retarded as in like you the most skewed logic you've ever just bared witness to. And they don't seem to care that the logic is damaging and divisive. They don't give a shit. As long as their image is squeaky clean and untainted, they're fine with that. I mean, or they think at least. But when everybody starts to look at it, see the truth, then it's all of a sudden our fault. We're the ones that influencing everybody to think that way, which is BS.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the dynamic. They've been running with that shit since the '90s, since the talk show era, where they could get on these platforms and say black men ain't shit, right?
Mm.
They've been running around trying to spread the narrative that one, black men ain't shit, they are so great and so awesome, and they need all the attention and glory just so they can escape white supremacy, right?
Mhm.
Because they think they can escape it without us.
Oh yeah, yeah. They think they can, 'cause, where really they think they have powerful vaginas, like that. Their sex can erase racism. you
Mhm.
know and we as black men, or at least some of us, not me, we had a tendency to accept dudes like that. I give you a media example. That movie Best Man Holiday.
I haven't seen it. I heard it was
Yeah, yeah.
extremely
Okay, but
tragically.
for the audience who've seen it, like the white dude that Nia Long was dating, and how the guys at the pool table quickly accepted him. He said one thing, and he was telling the truth. Don't be jealous of who she's boinked in the past. That's kind of a guy acting like a little what. And but Terrence, oh, I like him. Oh, it's just we're so quick. Like, it takes them saying one cool thing and that's it. And we've let it go. We
Oh
we've
yeah,
let it we've let that shit go as men. We
but you've done plenty of videos on that, right? I'm trying to think. It's just the bar is so much lower for white people.
yeah, yeah, of course. Like, Biden can tell you ain't black, and it's just, well, he was just getting excited. You know, I'm like, all right, man, this you're being your headache, and I'm not gonna go and spend $10 on a jar of Advil because your fucking logic. It's ridiculous. We do that. We do that. We do that. So, but yeah, it's like, but getting back to what I was saying before, yeah, they think their vaginas is a cure for racism. That's why they praise every black woman in media that hooks up with a white man. Is like I said, Eve can move in and out the community all she wants. Meghan Markle, which is I still don't consider her a black woman, but they trying to pull her in. They trying to pull Kamala in. You notice all these prominent Democratic politician women are messing with white men.
I'll say this.
I mean, and I don't care. I don't care. Let me put out a disclaimer. I don't care who's fucking. But it's like, go ahead.
Meghan Markle is a half black woman. She grew up in L.A. Her mama's a little ratchet. Meghan Markle is a black woman. However, Meghan Markle has gone out of her way to distance herself from being a black woman.
Well, because you're a habitual line stepper, Donnie, I'm just going to go ahead and take it as you're saying she's a black woman in the sense of, I guess, the mental.
No. Like I consider, she's half mixed. She's half black. She's literally, she's there. She just doesn't want to claim her blackness. And I'm not doing the half drop rule. She was raised by a nigga in Compton. Let's just be honest here. She wants to evacuate and avoid her blackness. She goes out of her way. She went and got her nose done. She keeps that hair pressed so that you don't see a nigga edge pop up. She wants to pass as a white person as badly as possible. She will never tell you she's black. She will never admit to being black. So, for all intents and purposes, white woman.
So basically we're talking about an imitation of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I guess, but it's I don't know. I guess it takes more than that for me. It's for you to be black. Honestly, if you ride with black causes, then that would be different. If Kamala Harris rode with black causes and didn't use her job to lock so many black men up for petty shit, due to that crime bill that was authored by your president-elect, if she rolled with us like that from jump, I don't think anyone would have a problem with her.
So my thing with Kamala Harris is she's a quarter black. But even if she wasn't, she was half or whatever, she's mixed with Indian. So it's not the same dynamic of a white person who just their skin goes from, the color white to actually being of dark pigment. But that bitch don't claim black, don't acknowledge black people, don't give a fuck about black people, and low-key has a vendetta against black people.
Yeah. It seems like everyone does, man. That they'll put up this bullshit subterfuge for us when they're running for office. Like I still don't see how people accept that Lift Every Voice plan. All that Lift Every Voice plan does is state the plight of blacks. But when it comes to tangibles, it's always people of color, people with income. It's never like nothing specifically for blacks, and people accept it like it's.
Why wouldn't they?
I guess.
Oh, that's funny. So I had this conversation earlier today. Going back and forth with women. They use the people of color term. They use the Lift Every Voice. We were talking about a white woman who they claim was an ally because the bar was so low. She was an ally because she trolled on the internet white men. She got fired from her job and she's an ally. And I said, well, what makes this an ally? Well, she was standing up for black women. No, she was trolling on the internet. Well, she donated to black causes. So I go look at the black causes she donated for. She donated to Planned Parenthood. She donated to the Biden campaign. And when I brought this up, I became the divisive black man.
Yeah, of course. It's just anything that they cannot beat, they was like, you're just trying to argue or you're just trying to bring stuff up. I mean, what is that? If that's what you want to call facts? But yeah, let's. I mean, that's bullshit. Don't like we pull them in so easily. And I think with the white woman thing, I think that's a little fix of feminism. Every time that there's a ray of social justice coming from a white woman, there's always these 10 or 15 black women talking about, oh man, look at my sister, yay, like they did with Hillary Clinton,
Not going for it. No,
like
no,
they
no, no.
like they did with Gloria Steinem. Oh, my sister. Oh, we're supposed to ride together, sister. You just want you,
magically disappear.
Yep, but want access to white men. But the reason why I made that point earlier about the Democrats and how they're with white men is because they've been saying a lot of fickle shit about black men. I didn't want to get too far off before that was said, but is I don't care who you're with, but it's how it's like, okay, if the Democratic Party is saying a bunch of dumb shit about black men, you got Obama saying dumb shit about black men. Maxine Waters, I never forgive black men. I don't give a damn. Whatever. Nobody wants to forgive black men. You got Simone Sanders. That said black men unsolicited opinions. I mean, you got people publicly going ape shit over people like Bob Johnson, Ice Cube, Lil Wayne, all that shit. Is you got all that going on.
Black men need to know their place.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard out here. But yeah, let's get back on topic. The whole just I don't know. Don't trust the Democrats. Don't trust Democrats, and that's coming from a guy who voted Democrat of the 2016. And I mean, like, I'm not saying all Democrats are bad, like, but you can't believe that all of everything is something. The whole spiel.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Shit.
Oh, D-Rock Den, I got a super chat. Thank you, sir, for the content. Thanks for supporting the channel. Much appreciated. But the topic for tonight is don't let these women fool you. They will fuck with a broke dude. This broadcast is a part 3. It's yeah. Okay. If you're not subscribed, hopefully you're subscribed. If hopefully you press that like button as well. And 25 likes. Yeah, I hope one of those likes are yours. So thank you very much. All right, so broken lives. You want to go into that? They want to talk about broke dudes. They talk about the broken lives. They go with that shit.
The foolishness.
The fuckery.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Fuckery. I mean, and there's always this projection bullshit. It's we talk about them more than anything, according to them, and I don't want to make this the hate. But fact is fact. fact is fact. I mean, I just don't want them. Well, I'm just saying, if you want an argument to hold up, you're gonna have to carry a certain image. I know I can't come out here and talk big rich boy shit and I only got $2 in the bank. That's not possible. I can't talk about dentistry and be a burger flipper. that kind of thing. You can't be I don't know, how do I say this, broke bitch with standards, I guess. I mean, you can be a broke person with standards, of course, because standards is what's going to elevate you.
Champagne taste,
but
money pockets.
Yeah, just don't expect somebody to just supposed to jump through hoops for you. It's 2020.
I think the majority of women have to offer is sex, and purely that. So they want to put on this facade of they need to get more, they should get more, they deserve more. Reality is they don't. So they talk a big game, but at the end of the day, they're gonna accept whatever the fuck they can get.
It's like, I don't know. I guess I can make the analogy of making love versus having sex. I guess the making love is the guy who has his shit together, and maybe she has a chance to have her shit together too as well. But she'd rather go and just have the sex instead and get personally satisfied. And and with that, it might be a consequence. Like a baby
Mm.
might come along with that, or even a worse consequence, and that's TD. Nobody ever thinks about the package or anything like that. Just risk it all for a good time.
It's real shit.
So we've talked about the negative. Okay, let's talk about our how we actually avoided shit like this. I mean, I wouldn't say just being like I would say pretty much in my early life, being a nervous guy really wasn't all that bad because it helped me avoid a lot of BS. I mean, me and my homies were riding around, and all of a sudden we pull up into a project, and then we're these girls are like 17, 18, 16. It's three of them. It's three of us. But here's the thing: all of them were pregnant. I mean, belly sticking out. And we're sitting up there like, I mean, at least I'm sitting up there because they thinking about something else. One of them had the idea, pregnant pussy is the best pussy, blah blah. You've heard that before, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, then I didn't have the mental capacity for that. Even at 18 years old, I was the driver. I put it like that. But
Okay.
I did get attention, but I was the guy that was taught that they trying to basically make you the daddy at that point. And it's like, what you try to talk to me anyway for, and you 5 months.
Listen, I've been there, so
Uh,
I can't even front. I was there at 17. It was easy. I knew what I could do. I was like, oh shit, I can. I ain't got. Oh, what word?
so me personally, I just like at that particular moment, I just knew, nah, that's a red flag. Because I was the kind of guy that was raised like, what kind of woman would you bring around your mother? Now, for a person that, all these women are always trying to say that, just because I disagree with them, that I hate black women, I got plenty of reverence for my mother. I don't hate my mother. I cared about the kind of woman that I brought around my mother. And if I had brought a pregnant woman around my mother, you know how crazy that shit would have been?
Well, the mentality with a pregnant chick is, you in and you out. It's not no sit up and lay up with her situation. But ultimately, uh, what keeps you from getting in these situations is understanding these motherfuckers ain't shit, or the dynamic you had. You didn't want to disappoint your parents.
Like, I was like already to the point where I didn't particularly care about, um, I would say, what they thought, once I turned a certain age. But at the same time, I knew what was good for me. I wouldn't just say that I would give that one particular element all the credit. I do have reverence for her, but I also take solace in the fact that I'm smart enough on my own, and I can have both with that particular thing.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I purely knew these bitches wasn't shit. I saw the fucking shit that they did.
Yeah.
I watched my own boys go through it. I learned from watching, and that shit was insane. So when a lot of these girls tried to pull the little okey doke and the fast ones, I was already hip to it, and you just couldn't catch me on it. So I realized early on, like, you always got to wear a condom, because even if you think you didn't, then it's that situation, and it's game over for you. So don't get caught in
I,
that situation.
I went to high school and I always heard guys talking about some they got burnt, and I knew it
Mm-mm.
wasn't good. They told me it burned when I pee. And that's because
Mm-mm.
they run it up in certain females unprotected. So
Nope.
I always knew a condom was a requirement because I also had this, like, HIV was like the boogeyman to me. It is like
Mm.
I knew I did never want to end up with anything like HIV, and I knew that could happen through a cheap sexual experience at a very early age. That's all I heard. Guys, I got burnt. Or she pregnant and I had to get a job so I could pay for the abortion. Yeah, I've heard stories like that in high school.
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, 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 no. I knew early on, if you take that condom off, you in trouble. So don't do it.
Yeah, and then like people talk this like when we're at these ages right now, and you see these people, they talk a certain age, like talk a certain way, like that these were all grown men getting these girls pregnant and just abandoning the children and not taking
Mhm.
care of the kids because they broke and they ain't got nothing going for themselves because inherently black men are supposed to be like that. Yeah, and that's really, I mean, for real, number one, it's unrealistic. It really is. And I mean, like, it's unrealistic and it's bullshit. So it's unrealistic bullshit. The fact of the matter is that it was just some of us out there that just did not want to end up like that. And when they made that mistake of hooking up with that broke dude, and when they made the mistake of hooking up with that broke dude, and then a dude that had something going for themselves didn't want to pick up the slack for that motherfucker, then all of a sudden we just broke. All
Mhm.
of just broke. We just dusty. We just losers. And it's I I'm gonna be the guy. I'll be the bad guy. I'm just going ahead and say don't take care of her. You ain't got to take care of a woman with a child. Period. That's not your obligation. That's not. If you love her, I can't tell you shit. If you love her, but don't do yourself like that. You deserve better, especially in this day and age.
Realistic, what it breaks down to is, what do you want for your legacy? What do you want for your family? And if you have a kid with a woman and she has a kid with another man, you always have another man interfering in your household, whether you like it or not, right?
Cortez Smith. He says actually the women leave the father at least 80% of the time.
He's talking about the divorce rate.
Ugh. Mm.
Uh, yeah, 8 out of 10 women hit that divorce on them. But yeah, no, you don't want, that's two men running the same house. That's not some shit that I want. That's not some a legacy I want. Plus,
No,
our
not at
kids
all.
are bound different, right? If I say my child can't do this, my whole household has to follow and agree. But if you have a child and she has a child, what if her dad says she can do it? Now you got a whole other issue in the fucking household. It's just not for me. It's just not something I see as um, a cool environment. It's just chaos. It's
Mm-mm.
confusion and everything else in that household, and it's not for me.
Yeah, tell you one thing my dad told me. He said that the baby daddy's always gonna have some kind of access.
Hmm.
But he told me that, and it haunts me. Every time I see a woman with a kid, am I going to be the first one to be thinking that, when I'm gone, and if I have to work an extra long shift, uh, is he trying to like smooth back in? Because I had a homie like that. He had about 3 or 4 baby mamas, and this nigga was broke as fuck. Like, I was the friend that looked out for him. Like, look, dude, you need to get a job. You need to get a job. Go here, go here, go here. I was the one that like used to put my leg on the line for a guy like that. So when these females say, "Why are we not making these dudes accountable or whatever?" I was like, I was one of the guys that was trying to help these guys make some money so they can take care of your damn kid that you made by a nigga you knew was already broke. So shut the fuck up, you know. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. They knew who this guy was. All he was a smooth talker. He stayed on the phone with him for a few hours. And he went over there, smashed, did what he had to do, deployed the semen, and his intention was, and this like his intention was to always have access. That's what it was. That's what it was to him. I had another homeboy, and I mean, like, yeah, I stayed in some pretty hood circumstances. And why am I even calling these guys homeboys? Like, these are some guys I knew in passing. One of them was. The other one was a homeboy. But the guy I knew in passing was talking about impregnating as many women as possible, and they just sit up there letting them do this too. It's like, I mean, it's hard. I'm hard pressed to call these women innocent bystanders.
No, they know what they're getting into. What they want is, and that's the whole reason they said, "Well, you need to tell these black men. You need to tell these black men to follow our instructions after we fucked up." It's like going to get a rental car, and then you crash, and then when the rental car's like, you got to pay up. You're like, "Well, can I buy that insurance now?" No, nigga, it's too late. We asked you what you wanted to do with this insurance, and you told us no. Therefore, that is your bad. You better work it the fuck out.
Reading this chat, Kevin Murray, namesake, by the way. Black women believe that broke men have better sex. Yeah, they believe that Pookie, they had this thing that they used to go around on Facebook saying Pookie made their pussy wet. I was like, okay, well, I
I
mean,
believe it.
yeah. I mean that might be true. I mean, I can't be the judge of who sex is good to you. But I mean, I just be trying to get people to think about the consequences. If you're going to bring this conversation up, let's be factual. Let's not be emotional. And it's always an emotional conversation. Single motherhood was a choice. Kanye West. Oh man. So yeah. So the topic. We're about an hour into this. Don't let these women fool you. They will fuck with a broke dude. Yeah. Let me explain the thumbnail because I think I mentioned this last night. But Donnie? Have you had a chance to watch that new Kevin Hart, that Zero Fucks Given?
I'm not even gonna watch that shit. I'm just not.
You're not. Oh
Nah.
man, I mean, I watched it and then I started doing other stuff while it was on. I put it like that.
Okay, it was background noise filler.
Yeah, it was filler, and it's like nothing jumped out. Um, it was like me and Roger had talked about it, and Roger was basically like, this man didn't go around the country testing those jokes. That's probably why it fell so flat. I don't know. I mean, if like I feel like this, if you're a true comedian, you can make anybody laugh.
Well, you know what? They comedians do. They go cross country. They run their jokes. They do get. They build that shit up. I don't think that shit. I don't think that's what it was. I just don't.
Oh, you just think that Kevin Hart is just whatever he was as a comedian is dead? because if that is the best he's going to do from now on, he's no longer a comedian. He's just a guy that's talking some shit. That's it. I mean, it's not even shit talking. It's just like he's just kind of talking to people because that's what it looked like. I mean, like I give him the ambience of the environment. Yeah, it was there. He had it set up very nice. He had a personal comedy stage built at his home, and basically said that it was because of the coronavirus, so he had an exclusive crowd there. And I mean, like, but still, I felt like that it should have been funny. If Kevin Hart is a great comedian, I mean, like people like Richard Pryor. Yeah, Richard Pryor was funny, but if he was truly a great comedian, you can make anybody laugh, and just was not. It's like, and I'm not saying this as other people say it. It's just like I know what's funny, and Kevin Hart was that. He was seriously unfunny. He should have named his special that. He has a seriously funny where he was actually funny in a lot of parts, but this was not. No, it wasn't. What he tried to do was he tried to give COVID-19 his name, the vid.
No, he was trying to make this little catchphrase thing
Yeah, trying to
again.
make a catchphrase, man. Let me tell you something about making a catchphrase. You know, it's like catchphrase is like they I guess once a blue moon, one in a million. I mean, it's like I'm pretty much over the whole corona. Is not a joke for real. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You did you see that he had his new baby wearing a onesie that says zero fucks given on it,
No.
and then the internet social justice warriors was like, just you better take it down. We're gonna report you. Like was going off,
Alert,
exploded.
alert, alert, alert.
Like I guess he was promoting his new comedy special. Now, like I said, he had everything he had right except for the funny. It was just I couldn't. It's like he's no like we like the way we were talking about Sticks and Stones about how great it was. If there was a polar opposite, it would be zero fucks given.
Mm.
Like it was like that.
Damn. Well, yeah, but Dave Chappelle is always classically hilarious. But see,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
at the point now to where he stopped trying to be funny. He just talks, and whatever he says is fucking comedic gold.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Kevin Murray making a catchphrase just happened spontaneously. Uh, yeah, I'll give you an example. Austin 316s means I just whoop your ass. That's one that just happened and stuck for a long time. If you're a fan of pro wrestling during the Rock Stone Cold era, the Attitude era, you would know what I was talking about. What would be your example of a catchphrase?
His first special, he doing that all right.
Oh yeah.
So he tried to mimic that, and I get it. It was catchy the first time around, but you're not gonna get lightning and strike twice. That's just weird. But that's what he
No.
does every time. So
Yeah, because he tried to do that whole like that little joke from Seriously Fun. Like I think the all right was in Laugh at My Pain. I think
yeah,
that was another one. But yeah, he tried to do like I hate when people like repeat jokes and shit. I feel like that if you release something that's on a national stage, then you should be doing different jokes. That's why I don't. That's what soured me on DL Hughley. Like I used to watch all his comedy specials, and I thought that all his jokes were just the funniest things ever. And then when I finally got the King of Comedy, I'm like, well, DL Hughley is going to blow this motherfucker away. He on the big screen now, and he came out did the same jokes.
Mm.
I was like, man, this like I was just shaking. I didn't even watch the Hughleys. You know how many seasons he had that show.
you said I couldn't even watch this.
I couldn't even watch that shit, man. I'm like, oh, Black Family Show. I don't even know why. I acknowledge the Parkers, like not was Moesha. I acknowledge Moesha over the Hughleys. And then, like, I even tried to watch a couple episodes of the Hughleys. He was acting so I don't know, like it was like he was acting so fake friendly. So I was like, I
Mm.
knew this was a reason why I didn't watch this show. I mean, give look. At the end of the day, it gave black people jobs. So I'll commend it for that. It's not all bad. Nothing's ever all bad. But, DL Hughley, especially the way he been acting, attacking Ice Cube, people like Ice Cube, man. I don't give a fuck about that dude. Man.
Trying to take his political career to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah. Twister grenade sucker. DL is weird. That is a that's a cool name, man. I'm put that display up for a while. Twister grenade sucker. Yeah, I wish I thought of a name like that. Yeah, I mean, I only thought of black men being brutally honest. Hey, let me ask you a question, man. If you super chatted someone, would you hate for them to get your name wrong, like on purpose? It felt
Oh,
like it was on purpose.
Yeah, on purpose, but you know, motherfuckers be in the middle of shit, so they don't
I
have
mean,
time to pay
what they
attention.
did? What you be in the middle of shit not read?
Well, nah, you know, yeah, like you're in the middle of conversation, so you want to make it a point to say something about your super chat, and you be like, "Yeah, Jammy Jims." Oh, I'm sorry, that was Jimmy
All right,
John's, but
whatever. Yeah. When you get monetized, I'm gonna do a super chat with you. Fuck you, Donnie, you bastard, and see how you can read that shit. Hey, oh, he said something about Donnie. All right, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, you gonna read that whole thing. Shoot. And notice I said when.
well, you know, you never know, but you know, if you feel like the dude intentionally did it, maybe he did.
No. I mean, like, dude makes great content. I'm not trying to start a beef. Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. He makes great content. I give credit what credit is due. I don't turn against you for a mistake. I don't do that. But I'm just like, man, dude, you're like the second one that's done that though.
Uh,
Another one did it. I'll tell you, but not on air. We habitual line stuff. So yeah,
it was Stephen Gregory.
yeah, it was yeah, that was him, Stephen Gregory.
I don't know. That's just a random name I came
Yeah,
up with.
his name of his YouTube channel is Stephen Gregory Swaggle Daggle Live 101. Just go check that dude out and see what he said. That's as far as you're concerned.
I'm gonna laugh that fuck around and be an actual YouTuber.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh too, and I'm gonna have.
Motherfucker beefing with you. He beefing with you, and all he do is look at toys. You got an angry 8-year-old on your ass.
That man get my PSN password and start visiting me on Mortal Kombat. Start talking about what do you do to my auntie. Like it's just craziness out here. So goddamn, shoot, it's late, but I can keep going. I mean,
I'm bleeding out. I was trying to play video games, keep myself awake. I'm over here. My eyes feel like I done smoked a pound.
oh, okay. Well, shoot, just go ahead, and I mean, shoot, go ahead and get your rest, bro, man. I mean, shit, tomorrow's another day. Like I got a show going tomorrow night.
Oh, I'm well aware you were the weekend warrior, sir.
Yeah, I am the weekend warrior. That show is going to be the good man is hard to find excuse. I mean, actually, I kind of swiped that one from Rogish to Bill Munger. He did a video, basically focused on the what's a good man question. I mean, it was pretty good. Too. Like his editing skill, man, is on par. So, but yeah, I mean, I understand if you got to go.
I'm gonna get out, but you should probably name that a good man is hard to acknowledge because that's really what the problem is.
Well, a good man is hard to acknowledge. That's a good. That's a strong suggestion. I'll take it into consideration.
All right, well, I'm finna crash the hell out. I can't make it.
For,
Long live the habitual line stepper. Step out my channel, and this one is a monster.
oh
Weekend
yeah.
warrior. I'll holler at you later, Playboy.
All right, Donnie. That's Donnie of You Ain't Shit for Watching. Long live the habitual line steppers. Uh, got like I said, a couple of his videos are in my community tab. So go ahead, check them out, and hit that subscribe button. We want this. We want to as the '80s rappers would say, we want to rock this funky joint. But I got a comment over here. Uh, Black's Word 404. I overheard a pregnant chick talking about how fine her new dude was and that she was going to give him a baby as soon as she dropped the last man's baby. Disgusting. I don't put anyone. I don't put nothing past a person like that. If she talking like that, you're already pregnant and he's already going to be the simp for her. Then if he's willing to do that, then that's that dude's fault. Shoot. I mean, but bees be low down. Paste. All right, I'm gonna open up the panel. Still, Donnie, it was me and Donnie, shooting the shit. So if anybody want to come up, you can come up. But otherwise, I will continue talking. Yeah. So see what we do. See what we're doing here. See what these likes looking like. All right, 26 likes. 26 likes. Like I said, hopefully one of those likes is yours. so anyway, just having a little fun, with the whole with the whole name, and I get Donnie's point. The guy was just kind of, going through, he was doing this thing on his broadcast. And like I said, I agree with his content. I agree with it. I have nothing against the guy. Just don't say my name wrong. No, I'm just like, anyway, the topic is, don't let these women fool you. They will, fuck with a broke dude. And let me talk about probably one of the most low down reasons, the control reason. The control reason, And I'm going to say a harsh word about guys who allow themselves to be controlled or put themselves in situations that, get, that puts them under the control of a female under those circumstances. Weak. I'm sorry, it's weak. If you allow yourself to become compromised just based on the fact that you were just trying to smash, you're weak. You couldn't wait to at least get a condom, I had a lot of circumstances that the pussy felt just as good with a condom. Temptation. I understand temptation. There are some very attractive women out here. But at the same time, look at DJ Fluker. I did a couple videos about DJ Fluker. That girl might have been pretty, but once he put a baby in her, she started beating his ass. and he was a guy of value because he was an NFL player. Mentally, a little bit might be weak. All I'm saying is, don't be a weak dude and allow yourself to become controlling, compromised by anyone, especially if you haven't done anything yet. Now that dude, I'm sorry, that dude that Black's Word 404. I mean, let me ask the chat this: would you consider that dude a simp? Like, she talking about a pregnant chick talking about her new dude. Is he a simp if she's telling the truth? You always got to factor in she might have been lying. She got this new dude. New dude could mean that he called her a couple times. She calls herself the GOAT of a certain skill or something like that. I mean, these are attention freaks. But here's how not to let yourself fall under anyone's control. Just don't be weak. I mean, you just gotta think, there's this pussy right here, but there's 1,000 more pussies out there. Allow yourself to accept the red flags, or you can end up a broke dude. You can end up that broke dude that they always bitching and moaning about. You can be that broke dude that that they trying to associate myself, be trying to associate me with just for the sake of argument. I don't want to be associated with you. That's one thing that I do like about the critical thinking black men. We don't lump ourselves in with every black man. We do understand the black man's plight, but if you're a dude that fucks up, we hold you accountable enough, period. We know that, society holds black men accountable. But yeah, I know how to hold a black man accountable for the stupid shit black men does too. Man, I gotta get me a bottle of water. God damn. Ooh, from extra fridge. Haha. Oh. Yeah, like I said, we don't give you the we don't give a dude a pat on the back and the golden ticket for fucking up. I mean, we do recognize the accomplishments of men who get a lot of pussy. Now we do that. Now I'm not gonna deny that. And then that's what a lot of these females be trying to associate that with. That not holding men accountable. Oh, they what they mean is we reward each other for smashing. Chicks. But that's not no lack of accountability. I mean, shit. You can high five your homie for smashing a chick all day, but if he gets her pregnant, then we start to give him that look. Hey, brother, what the fuck was you thinking? That's where we draw the line. We don't reward guys for doing that shit. It's like, hey, you go get a chick pregnant, folk. I mean, like the Five Heartbeats. Remember that scene in the Five Heartbeats where old boy found out he got old girl pregnant while he was on the road? That dude was crying, and the group was crying with him. That's what we feel like dudes should be doing if they do some shit like that. Like I said, she got the biggest booty in the world. You get her pregnant, and it ain't no. I mean, you smash, great, awesome. She twerk, whatever. But you get her pregnant, man. I mean, okay. Okay. Like I said, that's a gambit right there. It's like we don't reward that. We don't reward men doing stupid shit. It's like we'll talk about them dudes. We'll roast them guys. Like, especially if he got like true, especially if a guy like that got true friends, his friends are going to roast him for that shit. Make him feel ashamed. The kind of accountability that these females be talking about and a lot of these slow tips be talking about is the kind of accountability is like, okay, when the subject matter has been the dumb shit that these females do, then they want to talk about, okay, why are you not holding the men accountable? It's like, damn, because we don't feel like telling our life stories every fucking time. We've had people in our lives that are like that. You don't know these motherfuckers. Kevin Murray, Tommy Sotomayor said niggas will fuck any. Yep, true. I've seen dozens of examples in my life, and I'm over 40, so dozens is quantifiable. Michael B. Jordan will be the idiot that gets Lori Harvey pregnant. So what? Do I try to be with a black woman? They try to be with a black woman now. So much pressure from the sisters. Like, what y'all call it? Like, Lori Harvey might got that box for real, man. Like, shit. I think Future got out. You know what I mean? And Future was just like, that motherfucker hitting home runs and everything. Shoot, but he shooting. They might be an item. It might be like he said in that Creed movie. Y'all talking about Lori Harvey dangerous. Creed talking about I'm dangerous. Shoot, he might be the freak. You never know. See, that's what we got to kind of get out of a little bit. I mean, we do have we do have this tendency to blame men for being toxic and being the toxic accountable part of the relationship. We do that, but what we never do is we never say anything like is we never want to welcome the possibility that maybe Michael B. Jordan is gonna put it on Lori Harvey like that. You think in terms of Lori Harvey gonna put it on Michael B. Jordan. I mean, it may be both ways. There are dozens and dozens of possibilities. I mean, but is Lori Harvey even a single mother? I don't think she has a kid. Maybe she's just a special child. You know, one of them. Believes in Bang, saying something I agree with. Bitches do fuck broke niggas. Yep. But okay, we're going all kinds of directions with it now. Black broke men get big girls. Right, like what at the end of the day, the moral of the story is, dudes, you can fuck. You can fuck if you're any level of man, but at the same time, you can't be expecting to get just like any level of woman. You're gonna have to kind of stay in your lane. I mean, it's here's a double standard that we may not agree with, that probably won't change, but it just requires stepping our game up. A woman can be broke. She can be broke and still get somebody worth something. When you're a broke dude, you can get some pussy, but you're gonna have to stay kind of on your level. You don't have to. There are dudes that do shoot for the stars. They shoot the 3-pointer and it's nothing but net. We know those guys exist. But expectation wise, calm down a little bit. Just calm down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Calm down. I'm not telling you what to do, bro. Who am I at the end of the day? Who am I to police anybody's dick? I go against dick police and I've made several videos about it. But it's like, let me put it like this. The yapping part. You can't make post after post yapping about what you're not getting. I know this is kind of policing what men say, but let's just look at it from a logical standpoint for a second. I'm not going to police what black men say. Black men say what the fuck you want to say, but have something to stand on when you say it. And what I'm saying is this: if you are a guy that is not doing too well your damn self, you should not set a high expectation for the kind of woman that you feel like you deserve. Also, another thing, nobody's entitled to anything, especially if you broke. Nobody owes you anything. Honestly, at the end of the day, you owe it to yourself. Period. If you broke, change it. I don't give a fuck how many times them bitches say it, because most of them broke anyway. Most of them broke or in debt. They can talk about that degree all they want, but that debt that comes with it is no joke. It's real. You better look out for yourself, brother. Man, dude, you rough, man. But you brutally honest. My cousin broke an illegal fucking a single mother with 2 kids. Man, learn some sentence structure though. Fucking a single mother with 2 kids, 2 baby daddy. God damn, that's all the way fucked up. But yeah, okay. Shout out to Information Man Show. I'll see you over there. Said sowing his royal oats, can see in red. Shout out to this amazing chat. I call y'all the best chat in the world, and I mean, I really mean that. Even though I had to check a couple of y'all a couple times. I mean, it's cool. We fam. But anyway, it's like I'm gonna say, the simple message is, it's not within my power to tell black men what to do with their dicks or what kind of females that they should be approaching. But like I said, it is like, for the ones that are weirdos that do complain and do have this sense of entitlement, man, just don't. Nah, it's not for you. I think that a sense of entitlement is unbecoming for a man. I really do. I think that we are designed to go get it. Hunter gatherer, that kind of shit. It irradiate off of you with a lot of these females. If you are that kind, I'm not checking your masculinity. I'm just telling you how it is, bro. I mean, when you have a presence, and I talked about this presence with Gold Professor last night. When you have a presence, they can just sense it. It ain't nothing else. It's like it's barely anything I got to do when I walk into a room. The only thing that I got to do is be quiet and mind my business for real, for real. That's just me. And I'm not finna start using these little female talking points. I'm not finna shame because I know a lot of these females are problematic. I know a lot of them are, but just I really feel like as men, and with me especially, I hold myself accountable first. I have to be logical about it. I have to be logical. And the logic comes in when, I see a woman that sets the bar up so high, but wants to call men as a group and as a collective broke. And you have you and usually this comes from females that have a set of circumstances that would negate anything that she has to say about a man. It's like, you better be happy with what you can get. You better, to me, with a lot of these people that say that bullshit, you better be happy that a dude even winks at you for the shit that you talk. But hey, you know what? Hey, people are allowed to think what they want to think, but think about the consequences of such. But anyway, yeah, let me look at this. Look at this chat. Shout out to J3. Thanks for joining us. Can't see in red. All the chicks tried to get at him since he did Black Panther. So he's smashing like a champ. Yeah, they just declared him like the sexiest man alive or some shit. Now all of them all over his dick after they all of them talked about him. Oh, he had that boat party with those white girls that didn't want black women around. Now he the sexiest man alive. Now they all over his dick. But that dude was getting whatever he wanted to out of these females anyway. So, it is whether they was hating or not. That was just some social media shit anyway by some chicks who felt like that. I guess they felt like they had a chance with him, but they couldn't get it. So what? Who if he boinked a few white women? The fantasy is if you boink a few white guys, I mean, shit, we all crew. We're all grown ups. Yeah. But the subject matter. Let's get back to the subject matter. Okay. Let's see. Give a man 100 million. He would get exactly what kind he wants. Black French trick with green eyes and chocolate skin. Yeah, if she's up for purchase. If a man can't, goddamn it, if a man can't get what he wants, he'll goddamn buy it. Like it's just a fact, and you can shame that kind of behavior all you want, but anybody that wields any kind of power you do not know what you're gonna do with it. It's like we play these high and mighty positions all the time, but we don't know what we're gonna do unless we actually get into that situation. Hell. It's like for the way we feel sometimes about how we're viewed in this society, do you think it would be so bad that you would have a lot of money and just be able to purchase a chick that you want? Purchase her cooperation? And if she didn't care and if she didn't like it, broom her and get another one? I mean, granted, you have to have enough money to be able to do that, and please, by all means, keep your nose clean. Keep that surveillance handy because you don't want nobody to try to Me Too you or anything at that level. They're taking down some powerful ones. But at the end of the day, granted that you could get away with that shit, would you? I think for 99% of us, whichever one of y'all bullshitting and try to play the high and mighty role, y'all need to stop. Yeah, it's like anybody. Like you gotta think about it this way, and you can think of it as evil, but anybody wield that power on you. Shit, you talk about white supremacy all the time, but that's willful power right there. Willful fucking power. If anybody had any kind of measure of power, people would use it. It would take a really humble soul to really be able to handle power responsibly. Oh, look at me. Oh, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, but it truly does. I might actually name a show that. I think Roger already had a show like Nate, but fuck it. It's not his saying. It's Marvel Comics saying. Yeah. But hey, but who wouldn't? Okay. Yeah, Cortez Kevin Murray, I agree. Cortez Smith tells a lot of truth. Truth be told, having white women low key makes black KKK women want you more. Is because black KKK women view white women as better than them. Hmm. Yeah. I mean, like, well, you can actually put evidence up against that. Why do some of these girls will uh why some of these girls want to go blonde shit and just have these nose jobs and fix their bodies up and lighten their skin if they didn't want to be that way. I mean, they can bring up Michael Jackson all they want, but you know what? Fuck all that. You got too many. I mean, you got these hood girls doing this shit, wearing blonde hair. Why blonde? I mean, the other colors are crazy too. And then they use that their little Aboriginal tribe. They say, "Oh, there are natural blonde black people." I was like, that ain't us. Stop. Do you mean to tell me you didn't color your hair? Oh, my nephew is like that. I said, don't lie to me. Like, I mean, I've had all kinds of arguments thrown at me about that. Yeah. I also often make the point um, that black females use feminism to have access to white men. Because they admire what they want, what the white woman has. I mean, because they feel like that's some kind of upgrade. And to my point early in the broadcast, if even if he is racist, when they throw that vagina on him, they think that somehow cures it. Hmm. You never heard of a bed wench? Hmm. I mean, for real, like honestly, there ain't too much these females should say that should be bringing you down as a black man. For real, for real. Because despite of them calling you anything, you got to remember was one thing: you're still kind of a step above them. I mean, you got to think of yourself as such. You are bigger, faster. I mean, and I'll say bigger, and most of the time stronger. And which if you stupid at the end of the day, that really doesn't matter. But especially if you have options as a black man, the sky's the limit, and you should just take advantage of that. You know, there's nothing, and I say this all the time, and I can say it as a petty insult. There's nothing I feel like a lower group of people can say to me. But if you want to be like that, collectively speaking, if you want to say collectively speaking, hmm, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, let's look at damn. It's late as fuck. It's it's a deep topic I could explain when I'm off work. Mm. Yeah, so I hope y'all keeping it safe out there. I hope everybody's safe, and if especially if you took the time to check out to take time to check out what the habitual line steppers have going. Okay, yeah, but anyway, I got respect for this space. I got respect, because it's an opportunity to combat the narrative. When I came to YouTube, I didn't think about, like, honestly, like I didn't think about it being collectively labeled the Black Manosphere. I knew of some of the channels. I've seen some of the channels before I came to YouTube, but I came to YouTube as Black Men Being Brutally Honest because I wanted to use that to combat the narrative because I wanted to let everybody know that black men weren't all that bad. We're not all that bad, isn't why y'all? And then on top of that, I guess I'm drawn to I'm drawn to it. Drawn to the conflict of the narrative. I wanted to make sure that black men had even speak. Oh, okay. Somebody's here. Somebody's here. Okay. What's up, Premium? What's going on, man?
Oh, graveyard at work like usual, man.
Graveyard at work. Yeah, Graveyard on YouTube.
Yeah, man. I usually catch you around this time though, man. Just got done eating my dinner for the night.
Oh, okay. Awesome, awesome.
Yeah,
Glad I could help get you through.
yeah, man. I heard you talk a little bit about. Well, I read the title, "Don't Be Fooled," broke men and stuff like that. I think it's just that, women they it has to have drama, and like
Mhm.
women need the drama in a relationship. Me personally, what I'm saying, like without the drama, it'll be boring. And most women don't like boring. Um, most broke men bring drama, or drama will arise if there is a broke man in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if you got a man and a woman both bringing income and bringing stability, then there wouldn't really be no problems, and like no problems for some women. That's just not
Mm.
entertaining. Like they want the thrill of arguing and throwing plates against the wall, and all the other bullshit and shit like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I get that. I get all that. And it's not even something I'm trying to completely stop. I mean, if they want to roll with that, let them roll with it. But like I said, there's a consequence for all your behaviors. No matter what you think, there's always a consequence.
yeah,
But what I was trying to say is like, is Ray, if you are a man who is in position to level up, then go ahead and do it. It's not. It's not. Who cares who says you're broke? Look at them. Most of them, when they say you're broke, they say it in the context of things like child support and, oh, I shouldn't have to pay 50-50 and, this, I shouldn't have to submit. He should pay all the bills. And it's like, if you're constantly complaining about this as a collective, then you must be, as a collective, fucking with broke dudes. And that's why nearly 80% of you are single mothers because you didn't, have a standard. You decided to adopt a standard after you did that shit. You know, if you're
yeah,
especially if you're sitting up here bad mouthing dudes over child support, I guess that means your broke ass baby daddy ain't paying no child support. But it's not an indictment of black men as a collective,
yeah. Of
and they know
course,
this, and they know this.
yeah, of course, man. Yeah, like coming from where I come from, what I'm saying, like that, like it's a career for most men. What I'm saying, trying to find a woman to latch on to, move into, and stuff like that. What I'm saying, free room and board and stuff like that. Um, it is what it is. Me personally, I could never see myself, what I'm saying, living inside of a woman's house, just living rent free and shit. Like that's just a fantasy.
Hobosexual.
I heard that. You know what? I never heard of that term before. Until 2 days ago. I think I was watching one of your streams. Shit, I forgot. I think it was the child support debate with you and Golden or Goldie, whatever her name or face was. But yeah, that was a good show. But yeah, I never heard that term before. That's a good term or whatever. I knew a couple of guys who go to the club all dressed up. They homeless, they got no jobs, but like they dress themselves up. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, like one of these models out here. You know what I mean? They dress
Mhm.
themselves up. They say spit game, and their game is good. And next thing you know, dude is living with Shorty because he has no place to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shorty might be like in her 30s, mid 30s, late 30s, and dude might be in his late 20s looking for a place to stay, and boom, he got it. You know what I mean? It's just that it's just like a mother. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a mother son relationship to me. You do what I mean? And I can't really get down with that. But some men they do it though, and they some men achieve it. You know what I'm saying? They live.
I think
You
it's
know,
I think it's a shameful standard. But you know what though? You know what though? This is something that dudes used to get commended for too, being able to get over on a female because is it would be regarded as he putting that dick on her real good, you know.
yeah,
But in actuality, is bad. It's not cool, you know. I wouldn't recommend that any dude do that to a female at all. Like that's not becoming of a man. I mean, like I said, hunter gatherer. Men are supposed to be that. Be that guy.
yeah. But we live in a bizarre land, no, bizarro land today. You know what I mean? Everything is backwards, man. You know, what I'm saying good is bad and bad is good.
Mm.
So I mean, it's something else we can like. Me and you, we know what to do. You know, there's a lot of men out there that know what to do and what not to do. But for the masses, you know what I'm saying, they lost, man. They bound to drizzle. So
Mm.
um, it is what it is.
Yeah, they wait for the idiot box on to get instructions.
You know, you breathing kind of heavy, man. You good?
No, no, no. Oh, yeah. I got a very sensitive microphone. Sorry.
No, no, you good. No, I thought you were smoking or something.
No, I'm good. I'm good, man. It's just like I said, I got a very, sensitive. The microphone picks up the sound right up there, close. So, just
Yeah. Do you feel like how about this? In the next 50 years, you know what I'm saying like not gonna well, we all be alive in that time, right? Do you feel like this like the judicial system, how it's designed right now, would it change for the better or worse?
man, let me tell you something. I'm never really optimistic about any of that. Like, is never something that has ever worked out for us. So the way I see it as getting progressively worse. It might be a slower process than everybody think, and we can slow it down as a people if we can just get the right people in place. But we never will. We wait on instructions from other folks, and it's a shame.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, man, I make for the time for right now, I make like a good 25 to 30,000 a year. So I know for a fact I don't really got the finances to bring a child into the world, let alone, go down that path with a woman to even go, to even make that type of move. So, um, right now, man, I'm just trying. It's like that baseball movie, man. You build it, they'll come. So
Field
that's
of
what I'm working on.
dreams.
What?
Field of dreams.
Oh yeah, growing up, man, I didn't have that much movie selection, man. The only movies I had was Friday and Toy Story. Yeah, I saw that shit
Man,
on
but
the
yeah, that's good. That's good enough right there, though. Like,
I saw that shit on the those
shoot, ain't nobody gonna judge you here, man.
yeah, I know. Hey, I don't care, man. I shit, you know what I'm saying. Growing up, man, I saw that shit on a movie trailer. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
yeah, man. I mean, I ain't really stressing. I mean, in my younger days, I used to stress over that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Growing up on
but yeah,
TV,
but that's a part of growing up, though.
yeah, it is too. Yeah,
You wish you had the nice tennis shoes like a couple of your friends had, or I don't know. I guess being popular. Yeah,
yeah,
those are concerns of mine coming into teenagerdom, and it wasn't so much popular as it was so much just being cool enough just to get left alone.
yeah,
But thing my experiences made me tougher.
yeah, man.
I,
Yeah,
I wouldn't take them back for anything on this planet.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel that, man. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, man, I always wish I get to get like the mixtapes, like the G Unit mixtapes and the Gangsta Grills and the Dipset. But growing up, I didn't have internet, you know what I'm saying, let alone cable. You know what I'm saying? Young kid wanted these shoes and all the video games out at the time. Like there was a time where I wish I had a PS2 on the Xbox. Now we got emulators and you know what I'm saying? I could virtually play any game I want
Man, you can
on my
play.
smartphone. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you can play Mugen if you into that kind of thing. You know,
Yeah,
Mugen they just throw any fighter or any fighting game character in the game.
yeah,
They
man.
cross over with any of them.
I saw Mugen with like all the horror niggas, you know, so they had
Oh
the
yeah, oh
yeah,
yeah.
Chucky versus fucking Scream and shit. I was like, damn, that's some weirdo type shit. You know what I'm saying? Growing
Oh
up,
yeah, Donnie that was on the program earlier. He was playing it on one of my broadcasts a while back. I think that
man,
it's really hard to control though.
yeah, yeah. Like today, I got paid from work. I said, let me go ahead and I feel like wasting some money, so I went ahead and got the combat pack with the Rambo, Melina, and the Rain shit on Mortal Kombat 11. Um, it's getting crazy. It's getting
Basically, you
crazy with
played
these
on
features.
what system you got?
PS4. I'm not getting the PS5, man. I'm gonna wait probably till next year because the older
Yeah,
I get,
I'm not getting it yet either. You know, it's
yeah,
like I get them a couple generations down. Like I probably get the PS5 like next September. I'm gonna enjoy it
yeah. And
because
by that
I
time,
cause see the thing with me is I haven't beaten all my PS4 games yet. So I'll just go ahead and
yeah,
not
I
buy
feel
anymore.
you.
I'll beat them all the way and then get a PS5 and then it's like I don't know. I guess my fingers are getting a little slower or whatever. Like
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's just
yeah, yeah,
had a machine and be able to play some cool games at a moderate rate. I'm not what you call intense gamer anymore. You know, I think
yeah,
the days are behind me, but I'll still play some Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. Though I'll smack
yeah.
somebody
Me
around
too.
today.
Me too. Like,
I'm a Tekken guy also. I love Tekken.
the only fighting games I like in that aspect is Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and Tekken. To me, I feel like you gotta know, you gotta be like an algebra math quiz to learn how to really be good in those fighting games, especially Mortal Kombat. Because I was playing that shit today.
Years.
I'm, I'm only good with three characters in Mortal Kombat X, and that was Smoke, Liu Kang, and Jason.
Mm.
And this one, I'm only good with Jackie Briggs. Like I do niggas dirty with Jackie Briggs. Like I try to learn other characters, but it doesn't really latch on to me. Rambo, I'm getting kind of good with them, but I mean, for the
I
most
believe
part,
Rambo is like one of them, like Rambo. I mean, like I probably get the combat pack probably the next couple of days or so, just to see why would they put Rambo in the game. Rambo, like oh, okay, I figured it out. Because they got Arnold, then they gotta have Stallone in there too, because they're the tough guy rivals.
yeah,
They had a rivalry in the '80s. You know, they kept dropping action film for action film for action film. So the Stallone Schwarzenegger rivalry is in Mortal Kombat now, just like Freddy and Jason was.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they're gonna fuck around, put Carl Winslow in the next one and shit, man. They're gonna fuck around, put Uncle Phil.
I mean, it's Uncle Phil very cool.
No, no, they're gonna fuck around, put fucking Aunt Vivian. They're gonna fuck around, put Tommy, Brumman for the fifth floor. They're gonna put a lot of niggas in there, man.
man,
I swear,
man.
man. It's getting ridiculous every year with these niggas. But
Well, I mean, they try to
Mortal Kombat is getting a little bit woke too.
woke up. Yeah, they because of that character in Mortal Kombat X, and then they tried to give the lead to Cassie Cage, but then I mean, if you want to say that the Mortal Kombat 11 they had a female last boss instead of some demon bad guy, then that was the first time they
She
did
was the
that.
worst villain ever.
Oh,
She made
Chronica.
no sense. Like she could tell time, but
That's why Shang Tsung took over as the villain. you know,
yeah,
it's like they'll try it. Like that. That's the thing with this media. They'll try it, and then nobody will buy into it. So they'll try to fix it. Also, Mortal Kombat is a game that's committing the sins that other video games are committing. They're releasing material like so much time after they release the actual game, and they're still like just pilfering money from people instead of just giving you the characters. I think it's BS.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, when it because we all know they're gonna drop Justice League, Injustice 3, probably next year sometime.
And it's gonna be on PS5
Yep,
because
it's gonna be the same shit. They're gonna put ridiculous characters. I won't be the pot. You know what? I bet you right now. I bet you $50 they're gonna put Shao Kahn in it. The next one they're
so
gonna put they're gonna put Shao Kahn, and they might put Shang Tsung in there too.
I'll be probably willing to bet they'll probably do Shao Kahn
Yeah,
just because they did Dark Khan and Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe that year.
yeah, yeah. They're gonna put do it in there, and honestly, man, I don't know. They're gonna yeah, it's getting kind of ridiculous, but yeah,
Yeah, it's because the technology just allows it to happen. It's like next thing you know, the PlayStation 6 gonna be like you just insert it in your car and it drive you anywhere you want to go. It's just
yeah.
it's getting that crazy with the technology because
Nigga, by that time, I'm gonna be reading books. I'm gonna be fuck this technology shit, man. I'm done. Like the older I
no,
get,
you're gonna need no stay on technology. Technology is very lucrative. I'm not saying like, oh, stay playing PlayStation, man. No, I ain't saying that. But keep afloat on the latest technologies, man.
oh, of
Is
course, yeah, yeah,
always
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
technology is always gonna be the wave. I don't care what nobody say.
It is, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, shit. Like if you really think about it, man. You know what? I was watching Men in Black the other day, and I was like, man, I remember pushing in the VHS tapes, and like said like yeah, you get two VCRs, you connect it together, and then you duplicate tape.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about too, man. Because
Yeah.
like for real, back in like the late '90s, I went around to the local rent a home place because they kept like advertising this dual deck VCR. I was like, man, I'm finna get all kinds of movies now. You know,
Yeah.
because the local video stores had this little strip on their tapes and that kept you from recording, and doing that. But I beat that little thing right there and just did it anyway. But then the that technology became obsolete so fast.
Yeah.
Like the DVD drop, and then next thing you know, the Blu-ray come along. Is like the VHS tape is a thing of the past. Period.
And you know what? Blu-ray is obsolete too. Like now niggas fucking with the 4K.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, man, like I remember look, like dude, who uses MP3s today? And what I'm saying, iPod Touch, and now you have to have a phone to have to play music on your shit. Like you can't walk down the street with an MP3 player no more. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta walk down the street with an iPhone or a Galaxy or something like that.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, man. Since Biden's in office, I got a feeling that Hollywood's gonna like boost up again.
Hmm. Talk about
And
the yeah. Talk about techno music showers everywhere. That's what you're talking about.
no, 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 I'm saying like no, since Biden is getting back in well, he's getting into office. You know what I'm saying? Biden, I know Hollywood's gonna like liberal Hollywood is gonna have a big ass boom soon as this COVID shit is over. If this COVID shit gets over, and you're gonna get all the fucking movies. Everything's gonna be
And nobody
liberal out and shit like that,
and
man.
nobody will watch that shit.
Oh no, they're gonna be watching it. They're gonna be watching it, but the thing is though, like we like the
One thing.
reviews is gonna be atrocious.
Oh yeah, the reviews are gonna be atrocious. I mean, man, it's gonna have its following, but it's one thing you have to understand when they making that stuff just to check off boxes. The crowd that they're targeting does not support it. They like the move, but they're not the biggest supporters of it because really that crowd sees that as a caricature. And when it's exaggerated, like think about it. Think about how it is for black people to see a program full of white people. Then all of a sudden you see the black dude out of nowhere talking about some what y'all doing. Okay, I
Yeah.
feel like, and I've talked to a couple of them, and they've said that, they feel like that it's an exaggerated caricature, and they need to cut that shit out.
Yeah.
And you know what? And then, yeah, I mean, and I've talked to and I talked to another kind of person too. I talked to an older black woman the other day, and she was telling me that why is everybody acting like because Biden got voted in, like the pearly gates opened up, and,
Yeah.
and angels sounded with trumpets and.
Yeah, like my ex, right? Like my ex, like me and my ex, like we broke up like, a few years back. But me and her started talking again for a little bit, saying nothing too serious. And like she was telling me, saying about her political stances on certain things
Mm,
today. And then she was telling me about how she's gonna be voting for Biden. Biden's need to go back in the office. She's anti-Trump and everything. And I just told her straight up, me personally, man, I'm not gonna be voting at all. And then she all gave me the whole spiel about, oh, we're ancestors fought for you, like
man,
your ancestors this, your ancestors that. But at
man,
the end of
with
the
all due
day,
respect to your girl, with all due respect to your girl, if you're gonna bring up the ancestors thing, you shouldn't care who these people who
that's
got
what I'm saying.
like the ancestors died for it. It's like
And
okay,
it's like,
I'm gonna
but
vote for who I want to vote for. No, you need to vote for this person.
I know, like us as people, we disrespect our ancestors on a daily basis without even knowing it.
I mean, if you did it for your ancestors, why'd you vote for Biden?
And then she was all telling me about, oh, like I'm like she told me, why are you talking down on black people? And it's like, what does that even mean? Like
Joe
I can't.
Biden?
No, like no me, like because like I told her straight up, like, yo, I'm not gonna be voting. And then she always like, oh, well, how come you not? Your ancestors died for you to get the right. Like, well, the key word is you're right. I have the right to or not to vote, and I choose not to. And like looking at the elections, like there's videos of people burning ballots for Trump. What I'm saying, burning them, and it's like, how am I supposed to trust the system if you got niggas like that? And then they're white people. They're not even like they're actual
Let me tell
people.
you something. Let me tell you something. When they did them primaries like that in 26 the Democratic primaries in 2016, like the way they did what they did to alienate Bernie. They're like, man, I ain't putting nothing past them then. Because up until that point, see, here's the thing I think that black people have a problem with. All right, and when I say black people, I mean like I'm a black person too. So stop,
Hmm.
calm down. Everyone who is emotional about that kind of speak. Black people have this idea that the Democrats are the good guys and the Republicans are the bad guys.
Yeah, and my dad is a Republican too. And like I asked my dad these questions that I learned about, like until probably last year, I didn't know that the Democratic Party started the KKK in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, the Democratic Party is like they are like they only been like not been racist for like the past
Since the
three,
'60s.
3 or 4 decades. Like
Yeah,
it's silliness. It's straight silliness, and people act like that. I guess because Lyndon Johnson signed that Civil Rights Act, man, he just did the best thing for black people ever.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying. But the thing is, though, like I'm not really choosing sides because, like, like on the flip side, you might be able to answer this question, but like, where was the Republicans where the Democrats was really, putting things into motion to really help us down as a people? You know what I'm saying? Like when child support, when came into action, when you got certain laws that prohibits us to, that, it's like our freedoms getting tapped. Like where was these Republicans at? You know what I'm saying? Where these Democrats was running amok because like growing up, man, like I thought it was only Democrat or was the good guys and Republicans and bad guys. You know what I'm saying? I knew my father was a Republican as a kid, but I never really truly knew what that really meant though. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I
they just told you that you just had to vote a certain way. Just
yeah,
vote
of
Democrat.
course, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I was like I said, I was born in '94. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in the Reagan era or the Nixon era. But I mean, to tell you the truth, man, I'd rather live in the Donald Trump regime than to live back in those days, man. Because they, like, if you really want to talk about, systemic racism, you know what I'm saying? Like presidents like that, they was letting that shit go and
Systemic
run wild.
racism, man. Man, let me tell you something, man. If that was racism, that was the tamest racism I've ever seen in my life. Like it was racism that stopped short of actually being racism, because I've seen actual racism. Like I've talked to people who were near and dear to me, but now they're gone. That has explained to me what real racism looks like. And some guy on TV saying stupid shit, that's not it. But a
I
guy,
agree.
but but a guy that authors laws and policies to destroy communities of, the black populations primarily and Latino populations, then you can kind of say that guy is racist. And the
Yeah.
way he talked back then too. Why ignore all of that? Because you don't like a guy that people say don't like. Don't like that guy. I'm not defending him. I'm not defending him. But what I'm saying is like you get the guy that's bad for everybody. That way he's spread thin and he's not always focused on you. You don't get the guy that's just bad for your people. you know,
Yeah.
because all of his focus is on you then. So, and thanks, guys. I mean, you thought you voted for the lesser of two evils. No, you didn't. You did the opposite. And that dude like a ghost every time I see him on a podium.
That nigga like 96, ain't he?
He's 78,
Okay.
and which I didn't understand because the complaint about Bernie was too old, and this man was 73 at the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, well, he's 70. Like, I think he's 78 now. Well, 77 now. But it was like everybody's like Bernie's too old, but then you turn around and vote Biden in office. Like, I don't like, it's so many ways I go at this whole Biden thing with our people.
Do you think he's gonna kick the bucket before his first 4 years?
Do I think he's going to kick the bucket now? Here's the deal. He's president elect right now, so we got to be careful how we speak on that man.
Right. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Because
Allegedly.
but yeah, he doesn't have very much time left. It's safe to assume that. I would say it's very safe to assume that. And I already figured that Kamala Harris is already working on her campaign strategy for the presidency in 2024. Like,
Yeah.
I already figured that much. Because the way Biden is right now, Biden possibly might not make it. They. I don't, here's the thing. Like, black people treated him like he was this hip, cool guy.
All the memes of this nigga standing like, dude, like
Uncle Joe.
he's invited to the cookout. He's invited to the barbecue. I hate. This is why I deleted Instagram and Facebook, man. It's just too much.
You deleted. You just went ahead and just said, "Hey, fuck it."
Yeah, I felt like I'm tired of it. And you know what's crazy? Not to get off topic, but you know who's the most nastiest, like lustful sexual deviants on Facebook?
Who?
Women.
Oh yeah, of course. Like,
Women like are the most who post like dick
I've
memes
seen,
and-
cause like what I've seen is women like they'll put up a picture of a young guy.
yeah.
And they'll start like, it would depend on how he look. They'll start talking about the dude sexually.
A
But-
dude, like I swear, a one chick posted a picture of like a third grader, like on picture day. It's all about, oh, if he's 10, I'm 10 too. Like what? Like, now what if I was to say some shit like, what if I was to post a girl in a third grade picture?
I will feed you to the dogs. Let's put it like that. I'll feed you to
Nigga.
the hungry dog. I mean, I don't mean that in the literal sense. What I'm saying is, you will not be given a chance by anyone to try to even clean that up,
Yeah.
like at all.
Like those interviews with the teachers talking, telling their side of the story or why they had an affair with a teenage student, and it's like, okay, what if a male teacher was in that same position on Dateline or
You know, and,
CNN?
and, I mean, he'll be ostracized by the community. He'll be shut out of the profession, like altogether. Like we have to understand, like even though we know that society is unfair to men, it is what it is, and we have to exercise caution because we know this. It's like whether regardless of what we think is right or not.
Hmm.
Because it's just the way we're living, and then until um, there are movements to try to counteract. There are men's rights movements to try to counteract these things because it really is severely unfair to men. It's just like, but until we can shift that balance, it's like we just have to be careful. Period. Is the situation? It's like standing on the railroad track, and I used to use this analogy for stupid women. But I gotta use the analogy for the brothers. If you see a train coming, get off the goddamn track.
You know what? Speaking of trains and trains coming, I'm from the Northwest. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Tacoma, but I was born in Seattle. There was a lady during the whole protest and shit like in the middle of COVID. There was this lady who got killed on the freeway because she was protesting, and like I saw Shorty on the news, and everybody was saying these nice words about it, but it's like Shorty would have been alive if she wasn't on the damn freeway. But I'm the bad guy for even saying some shit like that. You know what I mean? And it's like I wasn't too far. Like I was probably like 30, 40 minutes away from the Chaz, from the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, whatever the shit was called. And it was, like times is really getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like come 2024, I don't know how the Republicans, I don't know what the Republicans gonna do, but I don't know if they're gonna look for another person like Trump or how they're gonna, put things together. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's gonna be a hell of a
What
4 years.
I think is they're gonna find this. I mean, I don't know. But like I said, that if they muck this up, if Biden and Harris mucks this up, it's going to be an easy victory for the Republicans, whoever they choose. And the Republicans are going to employ a strategy, just like the Democrats employed a strategy. Like, I think one thing that really hurt Trump was everybody, well, the pandemic. He's responsible for 250,000 deaths because he didn't tell people to go in it. He told people to inject themselves with bleach. Like, well, go ahead, your stupid ass inject yourself with bleach. How many bleach injection cases did you see out there after Trump said that? Oh my God, the infamous bleach injections. I mean, like, I could have not did it, like, but I did it
Yeah.
because I wanted to blame Trump.
Shit, the lawsuits and litigation, I swear that would have been.
It wouldn't have been pretty. It would not have been pretty.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But like, man, if I was to vote, I would have voted for Trump. But I already knew the fix was already in. This is why I don't really want to vote, because like, especially after this election, just all the shenanigans that happened. It's like this is really what sealed the deal for me on not voting. I understand that.
Hey man, but people died for your right to do that, though. I mean, no, I'm just playing. I know.
Yeah, I know. Listen, like, I know. Like I said, man, like we abort our babies, and like that's not disrespecting our ancestors. But me not
You
voting, that
disrespect
is, bro.
even Kamala Harris was like, "Do it for your ancestors."
Like her ancestors probably created a fucking created a film. Like man, her ancestors probably from Paris and shit like she look like she related to what's that shorty name who used to be married to Robin Thicke? Um, I forgot her name, but yeah, she looks like some one of those half breed Paris type looking chicks and shit like that, man. So it is what it is, man. What's your thoughts about Andrew Yang?
Andrew Yang. Uh, well, uh, I'll tell you what I know about Andrew Yang. I know Dave Chappelle endorsed him. Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, and I do. I think that he's. I think he's one of those progressive candidates, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know if he was making any leadway, but I mean, he caught my attention though. Shit, talking about giving everybody $1,000. What was it, $1,000? Something,
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Your average person, yeah.
Shit, I'll go for that
That's a
nigga.
hell
Shit.
of a campaign promise.
Yeah, nigga, fucking right, give us all like $1 extra on during income tax, during income tax time. Give us $1 extra, nigga. Oh, shit. Yeah,
Well,
but yeah, man, you got a nice channel though, man. Was it just you this whole entire time? Nobody chimed in. Nobody
no, no,
joined.
no, no, no. Donnie was here earlier. Donnie was here earlier for a while.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just waiting to go back to trucking school so I can change job careers and stuff like that.
Was it trapping school?
No, no, trucking.
Oh, trucking school. Oh yeah, man, trucking. All right, look. I have a cousin that's in the trucking business, but he owns the truck, so he keeps everything. Like,
Yeah,
he even gotten to the point where he got a guy driving for him, so he pays him whatever, and then he keeps the rest. It's really good for him. It's really done a lot for him. He's a good guy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to do. I mean, I don't. I mean, I'll probably be a company driver for like the first year or two, and then from there, I'll probably decide whether I want to, say continue on doing that. I'll probably do something local because I definitely want to move to Las Vegas. After my 2 years of driving for a company, and going with like a company local job out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I am tired out here. You know what I'm saying? It's really depressing, man. It rains pretty much every three 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 quarters of a year. I'm tired of it. You know what I'm saying? At first I wanted to move to California, but I said fuck that, man. I'm not moving out there. You couldn't pay me to live out there. Um, then I was thinking about Arizona, Texas, Georgia, Miami, but most of those states they got a lot of hurricane shit going on out there, a lot of storms and shit. So I probably figured it Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Arizona's hot as hell too, but I mean, I probably say Vegas is my best bet.
Mm. Yeah, well, at least you're a man with a plan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have to. I have to. I need to know where I'm going, man. Listen. I pride myself. I'm 26. I pride myself in not having a kid. You know what I'm saying? High school and a wild shit like that, man. Because yeah, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got no criminal record. I'm glad about that too. You know, it's like man, like growing up, it's like we got gangs out here too. You know what I'm saying? We got gangs, the Crips and Bloods, all that dumb shit too. You know what I'm saying? But it's like so to some people it's really hard not to get into that shit, but for the most part, it's really easy not to get into that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. People get sucked into that shit. You know what I'm saying? End up with the wrong crowd, and next thing you know, they got a kid or they got, what I'm saying, felonies and all that dumb bullshit. And it's like, man, when you do shit like that, man, it really takes away your options to grow in life. You know what I mean? And without options, man, you pretty much stuck with what you got. You know what I'm saying? I like to maneuver. I like to make decisions. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to, be turned down from a job because of my criminal record. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, where one door closes, another door may open. So
yeah, yeah, of course, man. So
all right. But yeah, it's I gotta be up in 3 hours time. So, shoot, do you have a closing statement? Anything else you like to say before I give my closing statement?
nah, nah. Well, yeah. I mean, just be safe out there, man. Know what you're doing. I know we're gonna get a new president. I mean, I don't honestly. I don't really watch the news. They say Biden is president elect, but Who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? With all these backdoor meetings and shit like that. But yeah, man, just do you. Um, there's no evil white man controlling your life. You know what I'm saying? You like nobody can stop you from doing what you want to do. So don't let all this race baiting bullshit stop you or hinder you or say intimidate you from making a decision on what you want to do in life. You know what I mean? And get your money. You know what I'm saying? Keep working, keep thriving. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, man, like the world is ours, man. And it's really easy to fall into what I'm saying, blaming the white man and blaming shit on racism and blaming him and her. But if you really look into ourselves, we can really get shit done. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to get shit done. I'm not trying to wait for no handout and nothing like that, man. So that's pretty much my end of statement, man. Thanks a lot for letting me come in. You got a lot of insight. I like your subject matter and stuff like that. So thank you so much, man.
Oh, okay. Man, you're welcome. Much appreciate you coming by.
Yeah.
And you're welcome at any time, man. You're available. You see me on. But yeah, yeah. Let me make this final statement. It's not very hard to break down this logic when it comes to this subject matter of don't let these women fool you. They will fuck with broke dudes. And if you're a guy that sits up here and constantly complains about what you feel like you're entitled to and you deserve, then this narrative right here is making you look very bad because it's not hard to get pussy. It's not for real. It's and you don't have you don't have to have a whole lot of money to do it. All you gotta do is just basically have a mouthpiece and a little bit of what they call swag. You can get anything you want on this planet. And especially as a black man who uh, we do things cool as fuck anyway. If we're a cool as fuck kind of individual, but the thing is this: don't allow yourself to be belittled by a group that number one belittles themselves company. I mean, constantly, and it's basically I would say a lower group of people than you. If they were a higher group of people, guess what? They'll lift their sons and daughters even higher, and you don't see that on a regular basis. Now, to the point that was made earlier in the greatest chat in the world, they call you broke because they won't. And I think Kevin Murray said that. It was either Kevin. It was either Kevin Murray or Cortez. I think it was Kevin Murray. He said that they only call you broke because you don't spend money on them. I mean, but I halfway agree with that. I feel like that just means that they are broke. you know, you know what I'm saying? If they don't have shit and they constantly rely on the guy to spend money for them bitches is pardon my French, they're broke. And I mean, like, then there is no position. That is in no way, shape, or form any position for you to say anything about me based on anything. Yeah. Yeah, and Cortez, yeah, I did. I saw that before. Like one thing that that I would say me and you already see, but a lot of people do. A lot of people are beginning to realize, but a lot more people. So we can shame this out of existence. Is that that a lot of the females are okay with pedophilia. They're okay with it. It's kind of passed off as being loyal to the sisterhood, making excuses. But what Southeast Dusty is talking about is that Angela Simmons uh, Instagram post where she's wearing like the plaid red, and her son is like got his hand between her legs. And women in the comments, they were just defending it and letting it go and making all kinds of crazy comments and stuff. And it's like they'll use the whole pedo word to shame black men for just simply telling the truth, but they're okay with that shit. They are super okay with it, and that's something that needs to be talked about sooner or later. Like that needs it's the elephant in the room. So thanks for pointing that out. Thanks for pointing that out, Cortez. But yeah, is I can't let no woman call me broke and she broke her goddamn self. Shit is if and it's not even so much a put down. If you broke and I'm broke, let's be broke together and build something. Granted that you don't have a kid already. I mean, think about it. Most guys that aren't fathers, they go by that standard. And the fact of the matter is, they do call these dudes broke because they're not taking care of kids that aren't theirs. They're not spending all that money. They're not giving them the bag. It's just I'm sleepy as fuck right now. So anyway, thanks for tuning in once again. And tomorrow night, um, I entitled the show "A Good Man Is Hard to Find." I may change it. I've been sticking around to the same subject matter, but it's my any given Sunday program. So please tune in. As I've said, I'm the Weekend Warrior. I'm Kev. I'm on every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. Please join us and around those times. And I look forward to seeing y'all again. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. Don't let these women fool you. They will fuck with a broke dude. And yes, they will fuck with you too. Just make sure they ain't too cuckoo. In Kev we trust. Goodbye.